check it out, we rapping for the Texans. Believe it, Crenshaw Bridge, reflection. Houston rap style, we bringing the heat. Talking Texas football, nugget, compete. Got the best podcast, the livest in the game. Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Remember the name, we talking draft picks. We talking defense, we break it all down. No nonsense. H-Town with the Run Showdown. On the mic, talking Texas football. Every Wednesday night with special guests dropping knowledge, taking the stage. Oh, digging in Crenshaw Briggs, be holding it down in the H-Town, wiping it down. Talking touchdowns in H-Town. Houston culture, we holding it down. Talking news and rumors, keeping it real. No filter, we got the Texans appeal. In the Lone Star City, we're living it up. Talking all things Texas, we can't get enough. From the football field to the concrete jungle, we're repping H-Town. Ain't nothing humble, bitch.
What is going on, everyone? We have a fantastic show for you. My name is Ruben Calvillo, and this is the first time I am on the Texans fan battle. I can't tell you how excited I am. I'm also going to be with you guys for the rest of the season. We are joined by Kenneth the Messenger. What is going on, brother? We are also joined by Bo at Bo Diggity 713. Guys, you know exactly why we are here. And that is because in 23 hours, not 24 because it's 8 o'clock, the Houston Texans will be going to war against the Chicago Bears, the NFL Hall of Fame game. We also get to see the GOAT Andre Johnson be inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Kenneth, I'll start with you first of all, man. How is it going, and how excited are you for this season to get underway? You're muted, Kenneth. You're muted. Bo, you're muted too, but if you could unmute yourself and go ahead, man. You know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll go ahead right now. Yo, I'm excited. I am ready for the season to start. Like I've been saying all year long. Hey, this has been the most anticipated season I've been a part of. Of course, you can go back to the early, like maybe 2011, maybe 2012, around that era. There was some good seasons as well you waited for. But in my opinion, man, this season right here is on everybody's watch list. Everyone's waiting. Everyone's excited. The city is rallying behind the team. CJ Stroud, training camp, amazing. I mean, I don't want to jump ahead into the show, but as everyone know, if you've seen already, CJ Stroud was named top 20 out of the 100 NFL players. The whole, when you do the 100 list, he was top 20. So I'm excited, man. I just can't wait for the season to start. And tomorrow is August, man. We close. We close. I mean, of course, tomorrow Hall of Fame game, but we close to that real season. So I'm excited. Can't wait.
Kenneth, how excited are you for tomorrow, man? No, Kenneth, we cannot hear you yet. For me personally, dude, like, Bo, I was just talking to Harley about it. For me, the excitement is probably at an all-time high. All-time high because we know what the goal is for this season. It's to get to places where you've never been before. Your first ever AFC championship, your first ever Super Bowl appearance. There are some expectations for this upcoming season, and it's going to take the entire 53-man roster to get there. That's why I am excited for tomorrow's preseason game as well. Before we get into that, we also mentioned the GOAT himself, Andre Johnson, was going to be entering the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Bo, what is your favorite Andre Johnson moment? Now, I know everyone's going to say the beatdown on Corley Finnegan, so let's try to get away from that one.
Yeah. I'm not going to say the beatdown on Corley Finnegan. I mean, God, I can't remember the who we played that time, but it was one game where and I got to do my research on it. It was one game where Andre Johnson just turned up in the full quarter and just went crazy bananas and carried us. Was it the Jags game?
Well, the Jags game is where he got that overtime touchdown, the screen pass, and he took
it
to the 3-1 game.
Pass. That's my favorite moment because, I mean, like, for one thing, you beat the Jags, and to do it in that fashion, crazy, bananas. So I'm going to go with that one. That's mine. What about you?
For me, it was probably the first ever, playoff touchdown from him. TJ Yates, he beats Pac-Man Jones on a double move. And, when Andre got that, it was just years of you trying to get to the playoffs, years of, you being horrible. And you reward arguably one of your greatest players with a touchdown in the postseason, a moment that he himself is not going to forget for the rest of his life, man. Andre was special for me. Andre was the reason why I fell in love with the game of football. And it's going to be kind of emotional seeing one of my heroes growing up be inducted into football immortality. Kenneth, are you good now?
Man, I don't
There
know.
you
Y'all tell
go.
me.
There you
Y'all can
go.
hear me? All right. I
Finally.
don't know
Yes,
what was
sir.
going on, man.
How excited are you for this season, brother?
Man, I'm very excited as I've been talking about, you know what I'm saying, since I've joined the Texas Fan Battle podcast, man. Of course, all of us, we excited. We're excited to see football back. We're excited to see the Texans because of the team we have now. We're excited to see the new uniforms being played in. We just excited, man. We think it's going to be a big year. We believe it's going to be a big year, and also the Texans does as well. The players does. The organization does. It's just an exciting time to be a Texans fan, man. We stayed down through the hard times, through the ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? We had some great moments. We had some bad moments, but now we're looking forward to the future. We're looking forward to doing big things. And shout out to Andre Johnson. Going to be inducted tomorrow and, doing the honors, doing the Hall of Fame game. It's very exciting to see. Like you said, Ruben, Andre Johnson is one of my favorite players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's because he don't talk trash, but he's still a dog. You know what I'm saying? You have your dogs that rah, rah, rah and do it on the field as well. But you also have your dogs that just show you, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got to do much, you know what I'm saying? Even though we did see him get a little physical with Cortland and whoop up on him a little bit. But Andre Johnson is definitely one of the greatest players and is the greatest player as the Texans right now. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely salute to him.
I think, like you said, he didn't talk a lot. I think that's what made the media not so much grabs, gravitate to him because he didn't talk a lot. He wasn't a diva receiver. He wasn't that Terrell Owens that's gonna go out there and grab popcorn and throw it in the air. He wasn't Ocho Cinco saucing in the end zone. He was Andre Johnson. He was him. He went out there, balled out, never complained. Like, to have someone in a situation in the organization where you at the beginning of the year you have a chance, but then as the year season going on, it just gets like, man, I don't know. And to keep coming to work every day, helmet on, pads on, professional. You can't say nothing bad about Andre Johnson. You can't say nothing bad. If anyone ever says something bad about Andre Johnson, you a hater. You don't know nothing. That's all I can say.
I would 100% agree with you. Tomorrow is also the first time we get to see the white uniforms in action. I think it's been rumored that that's what we are going to wear tomorrow. So we get to see these Houston Texans in brand new threads, man. And it's a new era, boys. And as we've been going on through this entire, off season, it's like, man, I cannot believe this is the Houston Texans team that I am watching right now. Just 2 years ago, it was 7 combined wins in 32 games. That's how bad it was for this team. And now we're in a position where the vibe around the city is Super Bowl aspirations. And I thought I was just crazy, but I found myself at Houston Texans training camp with Kenneth, and everyone is just talking about getting to the Super Bowl. The excitement is, dude, it's as high as it's ever been. And Kenneth, I asked you, man, since you've also been there at training camp, what is something that you are going to be looking forward to tomorrow? Because we know the starters are not going to be playing, right? And that's going to be for the Chicago Bears as well. So we're going to see Mills Millie. Shout out to Mills Mafia, right? We're going to see a lot of him tomorrow. What are you looking at with this Houston Texans? And we'll start with the offense first.
All right, so 2 running backs I'm looking at. Very excited to see.
Go ahead.
Of course, we all excited to see Dameon Pierce. We want to see how he does in this scheme. You know what I'm saying? We want to see him be more patient, find the holes, and, you know what I'm saying, do what he do as far as being explosive, but at the same time be patient. And Jordan, the other running back, the rookie running back, excited to see him. Excited to see what he's going to do. And also Mechie as well. And I'll stop right there. I don't want to say too many names on the offense, but Mechie as well. I'm excited to see Mechie because I think he's going to get a touchdown tomorrow. I'm just excited to see him be explosive, run his routes, run the routes how he do. You know what I'm saying? Been looking good in training camp. The routes has been effortless. Like he's getting open. Honestly, if we be, I know we know Diz and Tank and Nico can't be guarded 1-on-1. But if Mechie might sneak, you know what I'm saying, get some, he's definitely going to get the opportunities to go 1-on-1, and he's going to expose some dudes. So I'm just excited, Rich, to see them three for sure.
Right before I get to Bo, on John Mechie, I'm right there with you. To me, he was one of the players that I need to see take over tomorrow. And if he does, right, you feel a hell of a lot better at wide receiver for, and a hell of a lot better about this Houston Texan offense. With John Mechie, Kenneth, I mean, we saw it there together. He was just unstoppable in the red zone, making people look silly, had burnt Jalen Petrie earlier in training camp, and the play would have been talked about more if he didn't drop the ball. But John Mechie has been on it. You've heard CJ Stroud say he runs some of the best routes I've ever seen. And I need to see, man, I would love to see a touchdown tomorrow. Show me that Karate Kid crane celebration that we saw at Alabama. It's hard not to root for John Mechie. This is someone who, was supposed to be a first round pick, tore his ACL in the championship game, and then goes through cancer, right? And has to come back and play a game that only 10% of people in this country, in this world, can play, and that is the NFL. I am excited for John Mechie. I'm rooting for John Mechie. He's been doing fantastic. Bo, what about you, man? Who is someone on this Houston Texan offense that you look forward to seeing tomorrow?
Yeah. So it's been confirmed. No starters. Y'all know that for a fact. It's been confirmed. Okay. All right. Okay. That's cool. I would like to see Cave Stover. Let me see Cave Stover.
Okay.
Give me some Cave Stover plays. Let me see the tight end get busy. You know what I'm saying? And also Fisher. Let me see how Fisher works. His feet work. See how he is on the line in the NFL. I'm interested more for the offensive line. Let me see what the offensive line looks like, because like last year we had a lot of makeshift offensive line. So the big thing is depth. Let's see who we have at depth. Let's see, anything can happen. I mean, we saw Titus Howard come out for a spill during training camp. Let me see the offensive line. Let me see if we have any depth on the offensive line that's going to help us go out through this season, because anything can happen. So that's what I want to see.
On Fisher, I would agree with you, because in 1 to 2 years, he might be, the starter on the right side or the left side of the offensive line. So, obviously, he's someone that might be thrown into the fire. You don't know what the hell was going to happen with injuries. I don't think Titus Howard has yet to play a full season in the NFL. Laramie Tunsil, he missed 4 games last year. With that being said, Blake Fisher is someone I want to see. Kate Stover could be interesting. And I think Kate Stover is kind of in the same boat of Blake Fisher. This might be your starting tight end in 2 years. You only have Dodson Schultz on a 3-year deal. And if he goes out there and balls out, then I think he might, transition into the season, have an immediate impact. These young guys are going to be very interesting. I also, Kenneth, I do want to see, how does undrafted running back British Brooks do? I am a big fan of his. Probably the biggest running back on the team. Like, he's just strong as hell, and he looks like a tank. There was a moment where he, breaks one out, gets into the end zone, and as he's jogging back, general manager Nick Caserio goes up to him and dabs him up. I'm excited to see, what British Brooks does now. You brought up the running game. What do you want to see from, our draft pick, Jahar Jordan, our late round pick?
You asking me?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I just want to see, like I said, that's one of the guys I'm definitely excited to see. I just want to see him be explosive. See how he hit through the gaps. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure he's going to fit well in the zone scheme. I believe he played that scheme in college, and definitely seeing him catch out of the backfield, some screens, some outs. I definitely want to see him get active, some angles. You know what I'm saying? So definitely excited to see him out the backfield catching the ball.
Yep. And also, because Mills likes to utilize the short game, likes to, dink and dunk to get up the field, just here and there. So the running back and tight ends will have a lot of chances to show what they can do tomorrow night. So I'm interested to see what they do as well.
Bo, I wonder how long Davis Mills plays tomorrow. And, you got to think he himself, he wants to put tape out there so that other teams can see and potentially, hey, if you need a starting quarterback, I am there. Who could get the job done. I believe he is going to play majority of this game. I don't expect to see Case Keenum at all. And, at this point, Case Keenum is just a coach. I expect, Tim Boyle kind of, towards the middle of the third quarter and just finish out the game. But with Davis Mills, show me an understanding, of this offense. Show me, if you have grown, in this Bobby Slowick offense, and, honestly, show us you could be a capable backup. Knock on wood, hopefully we don't need Davis Mills, but if we do need you, show us that you can get the job done and move the chains and put 6-7 on the board.
Yeah. I agree because I believe he plays better with I don't want to say low expectations, but when you're not the guy, you can go out there with a little bit less stress on your back. You know what I mean? So he can go out there, just feel the game, find his reads, and not put so much pressure on himself. Especially it's a Hall of Fame game preseason. Just go out there, like you said, put some film out there, show you great, show you greatness, your work, your passes, take your time, read the defense, and it'll all come to him. So I agree with you. We don't need you to be a Hall of Fame quarterback. Just be cognizant, run the offense. Let us see you can run the offense. Let us see you can make some throws. And we should be good on that end.
Kennedy, you are a well-known member of Mills Mafia. Let us know what you want to see from number 10 against the Chicago Bears.
Man, I want to see him ball out. Like I said in our group chat, I see him throwing 2 tugs, one to K, one to Mitch. He might throw one to the running back. Who knows? But I definitely feel like tomorrow he's going to show why he deserves to be the backup quarterback. I feel like that's what he's going to do. And that's all we need him to do in the preseason, bro. Just show us that if we need you to go in the game, you can do what we need you to do and not overdo it. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, we know we're not going to go into that deep. But back then, when in his first 2 years, didn't have the weapons like that. We have some guys, but not a lot. And the system was just trash to start with that. But this system with Bobby, I can tell all the guys is really excited, looking forward to it. And most importantly, our quarterback, he's our starting quarterback. He's finding ways and ideas just to be better and, you know what I'm saying, to grow into the system and also to find better ways to be explosive and smart. You know what I'm saying? He's testing them late at 11 p.m. about stuff. And by like Bobby said, go to sleep, CJ. You know what I'm saying? We got a whole nother day tomorrow. But CJ, he's chasing greatness. So we just need Mills to push him. You know what I'm saying? We need Mills to push him, to be there, encourage him, but also push him. Give him that competition so he can keep staying on his P's and Q's. And we all know CJ wants it bad. Like, this is the guy that we ain't got to worry about. We ain't got to worry about the stripper stuff, you know what I'm saying, the little, all that type of stuff we had to deal with in the past. We don't have to worry about that with Reverend CJ. You know what I'm saying? So
what stuff?
Look, the stuff we had to deal with in the past, we ain't got to worry about the distractions. My man he's for the cause. You know what I'm saying? Okay. He knows what he come here to do. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, he wants to be great. And he knows what it takes to be great.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Before we leave Mr. Mills Mafia fandom down here, give me your prediction tomorrow. I want to know what is Mr. Mills going to do for us tomorrow? What is the stat line looks like when the clock goes zero?
2 touchdowns. I say about above 50 yards, maybe a little bit above that.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, a little something slight because we're gonna run the ball. And I think Jordan and Pierce gonna start it off, of course. I think Pierce gonna do his thing, honestly.
I thought both said starters ain't playing.
He's not a starter.
You consider him a starter?
He's not a starter.
I would consider him right now with Joe Mixon not being there.
Right now, but he's gonna play.
I would take, honestly, if it was me, I would take as much precaution, as I can. That's how important this season was to me. I personally would not throw Dameon Pierce out there, but because I have Dare and Gerard Jordan and British Brooks, right? I got 3 running backs who are fighting for jobs. But if I see DP out there, just give him 5 carries. Don't put him in any position to get hurt, man. We need to be as ready as we can for week 1. We would kill ourselves if any of these significant guys got hurt in tomorrow's game or in this preseason, man.
I agree. I agree. So Starter's not going. Starter's not going there. Does CJ make the trip to Canton for tomorrow? I know he's probably going to be there for Saturday.
Everybody made the trip.
Of course.
Okay.
They're gonna be on the sideline.
He's on the sideline.
They already showed pictures.
Yeah,
of them getting on the plane.
He is eye candy right now for NFL. He's eye candy right now for NFL. So you're right. He will be on that side. Like it would be like a million. What you call it when they pan to you? A million pans. CJ Stroud with just sitting there. There's CJ Stroud. There's CJ Stroud. So yeah, you're right. You're right. I can see that.
Paul brought it up earlier. I want to see Lassiter and Cade Stover more. Now, I do think Lassiter plays. I would say that. I want to see him against someone other than Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, and Tank Dell. However, is anyone playing tomorrow as good as any of those 3 guys? Exactly. I don't know. However, Lassiter, the past couple of practices at training camp, has been the starting cornerback. And it hasn't been Jeff Okudah. We have yet to see really CJ Henderson be out there. He has been dealing with an injury. I'll add someone else. What about Kalen Bullock on the Texans unofficial depth chart? It says that it's Jalen Petrie starting next to Jimmy Ward. However, at practice the past couple of days, it's been Cade Stover back there. It's been Jalen Petrie in the slot nickel area. Yeah. So I think you have to have these young guys play tomorrow with the possibility of you starting 2 rookies, Kenneth, and in week 1.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like initially the Texans, D'Amico and them thought Lassiter would be the nickel. I think they thought Lassiter would be the nickel, and you would have Okudah, Henderson find that become their number 2 cornerback 2. But it hasn't worked out that way. So I think that's why they moved Petrie down there to help a little bit more in the nickel. I feel like they feel comfortable putting him down there as well and having Bullock back there start with Jimmy. But like you said, it's interesting to see. I would love to see maybe we get 1 series. Give me 1 series of Lassiter and take him out. Just 1 series, Lassiter, take him out. I'm good with that. Put in what's Mike Ford? Is that Mike Ford, right? Is it Ford?
Yeah, Mike Ford.
Okudah, put them in, let them take him out. But we really just want to see. Me personally, just show me Lassiter for 1 series. That's all I need to see, and I'm good.
What about you, Kenneth?
Definitely want to see Lassiter. Me personally, I think he's gonna lock down because I know Keenan Allen not playing. I know DJ Moore is not playing. But most likely the rookie from Washington, I can't think of his name right now.
Romeo.
I believe he's playing.
Tuesday, is that what it is?
Yeah, and they said he's been struggling with separation. So, I mean, I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but anyways, I definitely want to see Lassiter. I think he's gonna lock up. And another thing that I'm thinking about, of course, we are with this depth chart situation. Is always something we, kind of like look at and be curious. As far as the Petrie situation, I'm starting to think that Petrie is only going to be in the nickel for certain packages, for certain plays. And I'm not going to say that they're going to back him up. Who knows if they're going to put him back there with Jimmy sometimes and have him in the nickel sometimes. But at the end of the day, I don't see him being at the nickel that every time, you know what I'm saying? I think they just kind of probably warming him up. So when they want to put him down there, of course, for certain packages to blitz, to cover the flats. So and I'm pretty sure he's going to play. I don't know. I know they're saying Sardis not playing, but I think he's going to play at least a series or down.
I think when that's go ahead, Bo.
Yeah, I think it's gonna let you know who they feel good about when they play tomorrow. Like as far as starter wise, if you see a starter out there, they don't feel good about them right now. So I believe they're gonna have them out there just to get back in game mode and see what they got. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they let Petrie play tomorrow. I doubt it, but I'll be looking to see.
I think with Kalen Bullock, I think he might play a significant amount of time. Your veterans at safety, MJ Stewart, Eric Murray, do you really want to see them play significant time in preseason game one? Probably not. I hope Kalen Bullock gets some opportunities out there. Like I just mentioned, the past couple of practices has been next to Jimmy Ward the entire time, and Jalen Petrie with the nickel guys, and our passing game, our defensive passing game coordinator. I'm interesting how it goes, man. If we're starting two rookies in our secondary by week one, D'Amico Ryans must really feel good about those boys. At the linebacker group, we're not going to see Shire. We haven't seen Christian Harris yet. So Henry Tuatua and Jake Hansen, one of those two guys are going to be our starting linebacker opposite of Aziz Al-Shire in week one. And I'll go to you, Kenneth. What do you want to see from Henry Tuatua, and what do you want to see from Jake Hansen? I think Jake Hansen has had a pretty good practice. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention to Henry Tuatua, but he hasn't done nothing that has stood out to me yet.
I really want to see Henry cover better. That's one thing he struggled with his rookie year, but at the end of the day, it happens. It happens to the rookies. The Buccaneers game, he was getting toe up. That's the only reason why they was in the game, because he was getting toe up. I forgot the tight end name from the Bucks, but he was going crazy. He was having a ball that day. I think he went crazy on fantasy, and I was mad that I didn't have him starting. But anyways, yeah, as far as Harry, he flies sideline to sideline. You know what I'm saying? He gets active in the run game. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see him show that he's grown. You know what I'm saying? Show us that you've grown. Show us that you can cover, and show us that if we need you to start, we don't have to worry. You know what I'm saying? It's year two. So we definitely expecting him to take that next step for sure. And what's his name? Hansen. Hansen is a decent player. Definitely good depth guy. If we need him to step in, I think he can do that. And yeah, so we definitely just want to see Henry take that next step.
Let me see. I'm looking at the depth chart right here, man. It's gonna be real interesting.
It gets grim after Christian Harris and Isaiah. I'll tell you that much. I just looked at it.
Yeah.
And this is the thing about the preseason, Bo. It's like, and this happens every year for me.
Yeah.
I'm so football deprived. I want to see the preseason, but as soon as I get into that third quarter, I'm like, man, it's time to get the hell out of here, dude. Let's start playing football. That matters. Moving to the defensive line, we won't see Will. We won't see Mario Edwards, Fatou Kassi, especially not Daniel Hunter. I think tomorrow it will be Derek Barnett, Khalil Davis, Tim Settle. Before I get to the defensive line, Bo, Danico Autry, our newly acquired defensive tackle, 6 game suspensions for performance-enhancing drugs.
Yes.
I personally, I know a lot of people have said, oh, it's a big loss for the Houston Texans. Since I didn't really see him on this Houston Texans team last year, to me, it's like, it's not really that big of a deal to me. Now, if he did play for us last year and I would have saw those 11.5 sacks, I would have said, oh, absolutely, this is a big deal. But because it was in Tennessee, not in Houston, I'm not feeling some type of way about it. But your thoughts on Danico Autry's 6 game suspension?
Cahoots, sabotage. He's an ex-Titan. Something's going on here. I don't know what's going on, but it looks kind of fishy. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, like you said, I didn't really pay attention to him a lot last year with Tennessee. 11 sacks. Everyone knows that's probably one of our weakest position right now is the interior defensive line. So it's going to hurt depth-wise. Week one, and going forward, I think that the Texans are really going to, for defensive-wise, they're just really banking on their secondary and Sting and I guess Lassiter and Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson just terrorizing the quarterback and just disrupting plays. I don't think they're focused so much on interior defensive line. If they did, they would have kept. Don't let me miss his name. Rankins. And who else we had?
Malik Collins.
Yes. I think if they was really pressed, they would have tried their hardest to keep them. I think they're more so focused on rushing the passer, pass breakups, interceptions, turnovers, and that's their game. I think they're willing to give up inside runs. I feel like they feel great about Al-Shire and Christian Harris. Like you said, Christian Harris has not played or practiced, so that's a whole nother story. But yeah, that's definitely going to it may hurt us. I mean, we have Khalil Davis, we have who else is there? He said was Settle Heinisch,
Yeah,
and
Tim Settle.
Mario. So it's the defensive line. The way D'Amico uses the defensive line, he rotates a lot of players anyway. So who knows? Who knows? I mean, I did see they'll talk about on the radio 610 that is it time to make the best signal out? Is it time to pick up that Captain America phone and call that great man from, from Wisconsin? Is it time? Is it time to send that best signal out? I don't think so. I don't think we can panic now. I think we just wait and see what week 1 looks like. I mean, we have the Colts week 1. We got Jonathan Taylor. Taylor plays and Anthony Richardson. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen. But like you said, the nigga Archie, 34 years old, veteran defensive lineman, should not hurt us that much for missing 6 games. That's the long way of saying it should not hurt us.
The only way JJ Watt suits up again is if we're a guaranteed number 1 or 2 seed by the last month of the season, and he just wants to come along for the ride. Do not think we go out there and get JJ Watt, especially not by week 1. Dude, it would kill us if we all saw JJ got hurt, at the beginning of the season. But I'll go back.
Avengers Infinity War when the Hulk, when Bruce Banner picks up that phone and dusts it off, and they call Captain America. One of these weeks, they're gonna dust that phone off and call that man. But right now, we're not panicking. Okay, we're not panicking.
No need.
Kenneth, how you feel about the Nico Autry 6-game suspension?
I was a little like, dang, I knew something was going on because I haven't seen him at practice. Nobody's been saying anything about him. So, like D'Amico said, like we've been knew about it. We, you know what I'm saying? So, here's what it is. It's 6 games. When he come back, he come back. But yeah, I'm not worried just because I feel like the D tackles we have is underrated. Like, no, they not Aaron Donald or, you know what I'm saying, the big tackles in this league. Wilkins, I can go on Williams, like all these, you know what I'm saying, big time tackles we have in this league, D tackles that we have in this league right now. But they some sleepers. And what happens when you sleep on people, they ball out.
Yeah.
So y'all gonna put all that focus on them edge, and guess what? Them dudes in the interior gonna have the one-on-ones. And one guy that I'm very excited to see is Khalil Davis. Like last year, first of all, this man came from the UFL or SFL and got an opportunity with the Texans, and he did his thing last year. When he had his opportunities, I'm talking about, I think it was Nelson from the Colts. He slung him to the side and got a tackle in the backfield. Like, this guy is nice. Like, he can definitely be a good depth guy for us. And he is a good depth guy for us. And I think he's going to make some plays for us. So I'm not really worried about that. It's 6 games.
Yeah.
Thank God it's just 6 games. Because if it was like 8, then I'll probably be like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? If it was more.
Games are fairly, I don't want to say easy. I'm going to say NFL
games. Yeah, nah. And honestly, that's what I was thinking. Like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, like the beginning is not as hard as the end is. Like, thank God we're going to have them after that 6th game because we're going to have them big-time games coming up. You know what I'm saying? After the 6 games. We got the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Dolphins, the Cowboys. Even though I'm not really worried about the Cowboys. But at the same time, we got a good streak coming up after the first 2 games. So just thank God it's only 6 games for sure.
Yeah, I just would have wanted our defensive line to be rocking and rolling by week 7, week 8, as we get into that crazy stretch of 3 playoff teams in 10 days. Not that it matters, but I mean, do you guys want to give a score prediction? I mean, I just hope. I mean, it doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. I'm not going to be upset if we lose. I'm not going to be that overly excited that we win. It is just the preseason, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen teams win every single preseason game, then don't win a game in the regular season. We'll just move on from that. Predictions don't matter in the preseason. However, another thing we do have to talk about, CJ Stroud, number 20 on the NFL Top 100. First of all, it is criminal that Nico Collins was not on the list, but when you look at the people who talked about CJ, it was Tyrann Mathieu, it was people from the Steelers, from the Jaguars, from the Colts. It was a lot of different people talking about CJ Stroud and how this kid was not playing like a year one rookie. And it kind of sounded like they were scared of CJ Stroud and what he could potentially come in the NFL. And that only made me more excited when I see these all pros, these Pro Bowlers, these future Hall of Famers talk about CJ Stroud and what he did to them in year one without his starting offensive line playing, one game together with Tank Dell and Noah Brown and Robert Woods being out. Kenneth, CJ Stroud being number 20 on the NFL Top 100. How you feel about that?
Let me start by saying this. I was preparing myself for him to not be on the list at all.
Oh, no way.
Look, listen to hear me out.
Hear way. Me out.
I was preparing myself, and I was trying to tell myself, if he don't make it, cool. Like, it's just gonna add fuel to the fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of, it was like just me. I was like, bro, if he don't make it, I'm not gonna be mad. I just know he gonna definitely be all right. Bet. Like, we know how CJ is, but for him to be 20, I feel like that's cool. But at the same time, I feel like he's higher than that. At the end of the day, he played one season, so I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like he's higher than that. But congrats to CJ for making the top 20. And after his rookie year, is only up from here. And next year, I'm looking for that top 5, honestly.
But what do you think about CJ Stroud, NFL Top 100, Top 20 player?
Yeah, I was like Ken too. I was following the NFL page and going through to see the numbers from 100 to wherever they was yesterday. I was like, well, no, he's not up here. He's not in the 70s. He's not in the 50s. He's not in the 40s. Okay, well, maybe he don't get it this year. Which, like I said, I find hard in me to say that because he's been everywhere. He's been over here in this video or that video, been on NFL pages, front pages. He's been an NFL darling last year and this offseason. So I should have known he was going to be in the top 20. But yeah, that's amazing. Like you said, rookie year, top 20, just the love and admiration that the NFL and the world gives him is amazing. He deserves it. He gray head, gray head on his shoulders. He just always like just coming into the NFL, coming into the Texans, leader. That's how you get leader. Just what you say, the word right there is leader. Just came in, led them 10-7 playoff win. What more could you ask for? So I'm proud of him. Like you said, we got this Stroud shirt on today.
Hey,
for him. So we just love him in Houston. We love him. We glad he's a Texan, and many awards to come for that young man. Congratulations, CJ Stroud.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have for you today. This episode wasn't supposed to happen, but here we are. We are here because big things are not only coming for this Houston Texans team, but for this channel as well. We call ourselves The Swarm. It's 5 of us, and that 5 is an S. But ladies and gentlemen, before we get out of here, Kenneth, let the people know where they can find you and your latest work.
Y'all can follow me on Twitter at messenger_Keno, Instagram and YouTube, Kenneth the Messenger. As y'all know, I'm a gospel artist, speak the positive message, and I'm definitely cooking up some community work. So yeah, y'all stay on the lookout for that. Continue to support the Texans Fan Battle podcast. It's only up from here, man. Preseason tomorrow, season almost here. So yeah, we excited, man. We going up for sure.
Bo, where they can find you and your latest work.
Oh yeah, you can find me on all socials. Bo Diggity 713. Y'all know the vibes. Just dropped a video before this podcast as well, so go support on TikTok, Instagram, all that great stuff. Like you said, tomorrow Hall of Fame game. I believe it's 8 Eastern, 7 o'clock for us, ESPN. So be on the lookout for that.
Absolutely. And guys, man, just find me on YouTube, 713 Houston Sports, as we try to get to 12,000 subscribers by week 1. Hopefully we can get there. Do me a favor, guys. Have a real blessed rest of your night. That's all for the Texans Fan Battle.
Yo, check it out. We rapping for the Texans. Put it in, Crenshaw Bridge, reflexes. Houston raps.